Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about a Shakespeare sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Shakespeare sonnet 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Published in 1609. William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Form and a structure. Sonnet 18 is one of Shakespeare's 154 sonnets and follows the English or Shakespearean sonnet form. It consists of 14 lines written in iambic pentameter with a rhyme scheme of AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GG. The poem is divided into three quatrains that develops its central theme, followed by a concluding couplet that it delivers a powerful resolution. Now let's analyze the central themes. The sonnet celebrates the beauty of the beloved and contrasts it with the transient nature of a summer's day. Shakespeare highlights the impermanence of a natural beauty, subject to rough winds, fleeting warmth, and change, while asserting that the beloved's beauty is eternal, preserved forever in the lines of the poem. Themes of time, immortality, and the power of art to capture and defy the ravages of time are central to the poem. Now let's analyze the language and the imagery. The poem is renowned for its rich and vivid imagery. Metaphors such as a summer's day, rough winds, and the eye of heaven, that is a metaphor for the sun, create a layered comparison between the temporary beauty of nature and the enduring beauty of the beloved. The language is both lyrical and direct, which has helped cement its status as one of the most popular and accessible of Shakespeare's sonnets. Now let's analyze the background. First of all, historical context. Although the exact date of composition is uncertain, Sonnet 18 is generally believed to have been written during the late 16th or early 17th century, a time when a sonnet form was popularized by Italian poets like Petrarch and had been adopted by English writers. Shakespeare's sonnets, published in 1609, reflects Renaissance preoccupations with the beauty, love, time, and the nature of art. Now the sonnet sequence. Sonnet 18 belongs to a large sequence of poems often addressed to a fair youth, a young man of remarkable beauty and promise. While scholars continue to debate the exact identities and the relationships behind the sonnet, Sonnet 18 stands out as an exemplar of the idealization of beauty and the poet's claim to bestow immortality through verse. Literary tradition and innovation. Shakespeare's treatment of the subject contrasts with the traditional Petrarchian sonnet, which often idealized love in a more abstract or unattainable terms. Instead, Shakespeare grounds his praise in nature's familiar imagery, summer's day, rough winds, the sun's glare, thereby making his meditation on beauty and time both personal and universal. Now let's analyze the critical interpretations and discussions. Immortality through art. Critics have long praised the Sonnet 18 for its assertion that poetry can immortalize beauty. The final couplet, that is, so long as man can breathe or eye can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee, has been interpreted as a bold declaration that the beloved's beauty will never fade because it is enshrined in the poem itself. The idea of art as a means to conquer time has influenced the countless poets and remains a central argument and discussions about the power of literature. The contrast between nature and ideal beauty. Literary scholars note how Shakespeare contrasts the imperfections of a summer's day with the flawless nature of the beloved. While summer can be too hot, is subject to rough winds and ultimately fades, the beloved's beauty is presented as eternal and a constant. This comparison has been analyzed for its innovative use of natural imagery to elevate personal beauty beyond the ordinary limits of time and decay. Themes of time and transience. Many critics focus on how the sonnet grapples with the inevitable passage of time. The transient nature of a summer's day is a powerful metaphor for human mortality and the fading of physical beauty. In response, the poet's promise to immortalize his subject through verse is seen as a defiant act against time. Some modern critics also explore the tension between nature's impermanence and the human desire for permanence, highlighting the sonnet's philosophical depth. The next critical appraisal is for the lyrical elegance and accessibility. Sonnet 18 is frequently cited as one of the most accessible and beautiful examples of Shakespeare's poetry. Its clear imagery, rhythmic language, and uplifting resolution have contributed to its popularity both in academic study and in popular culture. Critics appreciate its balance of simplicity and sophistication, that is, a poem that speaks directly to the heart while also offering layers of meaning upon deeper analysis. Debates and alternative readings. While widely celebrated, some modern critics have also interrogated aspects of the sonnet's idealization. Discussions sometimes arise around the objectification of the beloved or the assumption that beauty, as defined by the poem, is inherently positive and eternal. However, these debates often serve to underscore the complex interplay between idealization and reality, a dynamic that continues to fuel scholarly interest in Shakespeare's sonnets. Now let's go to the detailed summary, line-by-line explanation of the poem. First line, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? This opening question introduces the central conceit of the poem by proposing a comparison between the beloved and a summer's day. It immediately sets a tone of admiration while also inviting the reader to consider whether such a comparison will capture the beloved's true beauty. Line 2. Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Here the speaker asserts that the beloved is not only more beautiful but also more balanced or temperate than a summer's day, which can be extreme. This establishes the beloved as possessing an ideal beauty that transcends the fleeting and sometimes harsh qualities of nature. Now the next line. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. This line introduces the imperfections of summer by depicting how rough winds can disturb the delicate buds of May. The image emphasizes nature's unpredictable power and hints at the vulnerability of natural beauty, which it contrasts with the constancy the speaker attributes to the beloved. Now line 4. And a summer's lease hath all too short a date. The metaphor of a lease implies that summer's beauty is temporary and subject to expiration. The brevity of summer serves as a reminder that natural beauty is transient, reinforcing the need for something eternal to preserve true beauty. Now the next line, line 5. Sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines. In this line, the eye of heaven, a metaphor used for the sun, is said to shine too intensely at times, suggesting that even the most brilliant aspects of nature can be overwhelming. The sun's occasional harshness contrasts with the steady, enduring beauty of the beloved, who is spared such extremes. Now line 6. And often is this gold complexion dimmed. The sun's gold complexion being dimmed reflects the idea that brightness of the summer is frequently obscured by clouds or other conditions. This further underscores the variability and impermanence of a natural beauty, which the beloved, by contrast, eternally surpasses. Now line number 7. And every fair from fair sometimes decline. This line universalizes the inevitability of decay, noting that all beautiful things eventually lose their splendor. It introduces the theme of mortality and the passage of time, setting up the argument that beauty in nature is subject to change and a decline. Now line number 8. By chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. The causes of beauty's decline are attributed either to random chance or to the natural, unedited progression of time. This line reinforces the idea that natural beauty is unprotected from the ravages of time and the forces of nature, highlighting its impermanence. Now lines 9. But thy eternal summer shall not fade. In a shift of tone, the speaker promises that the beloved's eternal summer, symbolizing beauty and vitality, will never fade. This bold declaration suggests that the beloved's beauty is immune to time's decay, unlike the transient beauty of a summer's day. Now line number 10. Nor lost possession of that fair thou owest. Continuing the promise of immortality, the speaker assures that the beloved will not lose the beauty that is fair they possess. The line reinforces that this beauty is inherent and secure, setting it apart from the ephemeral qualities of nature. Now line number 11. Nor shall death brag though wanderest in his shade. Here, death is personified and depicted as a jealous force that might claim the beloved. Yet the speaker denies that possibility. By defying death's claim, the speaker further emphasizes the timeless quality of the beloved's beauty, suggesting that art can conquer mortality. Now line 12. When in eternal lines to time thou growest. This line reveals the secret of immortality, that is, the beloved will live on forever within the eternal lines of the poem itself. It introduces the concept that poetry has the power to preserve beauty against the inevitable march of time. Now line number 13. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see. The speaker sets an expansive condition for the poem's lasting power. That is, as long as humanity exists, the poem will endure. This line underscores the idea that the written word can transcend time, keeping the beloved's beauty alive in the hearts and minds of future generations. Now the last line, line number 14. So long lives this, and this gives life to thee. The concluding couplet reaffirms that the poem itself will immortalize the beloved, ensuring that the beauty will never die. It is a triumphant declaration of art's enduring nature, promising that as long as the poem is read, the beloved will continue to live on in an eternal summer.